Welcome to Hoops and Headspace, the podcast where mental health and sports intersect. I'm your host, Jada Rich.
I'm your co-host, Tate.
For sure. So, today we're going to be talking about life after basketball and identity after basketball. So, we just started off with personal, I guess, stories about like how we felt. So, how did you feel when you knew like it's over? Like the day you was like, there ain't no trying out for no team. There's no, man, there's no more basketball in a jersey was official.
Really, when I tore my ACL, when I came back that first game, I was like, yeah, this ain't me. Cause I really feel like a shell of myself.
And what year was that? What year did you tear it? What was your
Going into my senior year.
So
then,
your junior summer?
yes, my proving year.
Mm.
Lost Jacob. People thought we was gonna be trash. Man, I had a lot of personal goals and had
Yeah.
a proof point. Then in the tear, how I tore it was
How you tear it?
trying to make a hustle play, get back, block a shot.
Okay, let's rewind. Let's go back. Let's
Ooh.
back up a little bit. I don't mean to. Did you say
Yeah.
you went to try and make a hustle play?
Trying to block a shot.
Trying to block a shot. Okay. Cool.
Miss free throw with nobody back. I'm shooting free throw.
Right.
Long pass. I'm the closest person back.
Right.
Turn the wrong way.
Did you turn the wrong way, like trying to prepare to jump? Like
To
I'm like
land.
I'm to land.
To
So
land.
do you regret? Like, do you feel like if you would have made the smarter play?
No, I don't regret it.
You regret it.
It
Why?
it matured me.
So you don't regret it because it helped you in life.
Yes, absolutely. Cause like with just in that instant, everything I love can be gone just like that. And it wasn't like it had nothing to do with death and nothing like that. It was just this is my therapy. And that was just I can't do it. Mental. That's all therapy is. Mental. You find out a lot about yourself in that time.
What'd you find out?
And the crazy part how I really found out about myself, like how I just processed everything in that moment. First day in there, well, no, third day in there, they get you on the bike and stuff. But I was sitting by this older woman, and she hadn't even done nothing yet. She was like, "Oh, it just hurt. It just hurt. It just hurt." I just looked at her. I was like, "You ain't even did nothing yet, so." Oh, okay. This mental. Then I just put myself in this mind state where you're not hurt. You just rehab. You just getting your body back stronger. That's it.
Right.
And that's just how I approached it. Man, I came back from torn ACL in 6 months.
Okay.
6 months. I was walking. They told me 3 weeks ahead of schedule. Light jogs. Within 2.5 months in, it just pushed me. Cause I wanted to get back. My best friend moved up here from the coast, and we've been talking about playing together. I got to at least touch the court with him one time. Had that motivation, had a good support system around me, and it became easy to me.
So what was hard about it after you recovered? So you done recovered, they cleared you.
Just not having that same burst because I relied a lot on my speed. Yeah, it just sucked because I feel like I let the team down that year and stuff because I was supposed to be the leader, this, that, and third. So that was the mental part of it. I come back, you take guys out the lineup. You know how it go.
Yeah.
Built a little chemistry, went on some runs and stuff. And I feel like I had to adjust to them more than they had to adjust to me. I'm the main ball handler. Devon need the ball, and Christian them I got comfortable with taking, and I ain't want to take that away from him. So I feel like that was the most challenging part for me adjusting to them, because I feel like just give me the ball, I'm gonna give it back, but having to sit off ball and that's not my strong suit.
Right.
I'm not looking to score. I'm looking to make everything easier for everybody.
Right.
Yeah, that was the most mental part about it for me.
So you feel like that was harder on you than the actual rehab?
Oh yeah, by far.
So what did you have in mind? So when you were rehabbing, what did you feel like it was gonna look like after you came back compared to what it actually was?
That somebody was just gonna go back to like, okay, he back, we can chill, but we did it a few games and it ain't turned out too good on our end. So I just look back and I was like, oh, okay. I'm taking the ball out their hands, chemistry and all, because most of them guys were like flow players. They
Mm,
need the ball just to get in the rhythm and all that. So just sitting on balls on time, just having to watch. So, but it was a flip side of it. I was like, okay, now I see how you really like to play. I
mm.
can get you to in certain situations, but we're gonna have to figure some stuff out. But it didn't pan out too well. It was crazy. It was crazy.
For me, it was very hard because when I left high school, went to college for track. I went D1 for track. I went to Southern Miss.
Hey,
Yeah, thanks. But
hey,
let me finish before you
yeah,
put into any
but
clap.
still,
Okay, so my thing is for me, it was hard for me when I quit playing because um initially like I signed with Southern and I was doing track there. And when I signed, it was supposed to be a big moment. Like, I mean, because that's a D1 school.
hey,
So when it was in the newspaper, back then that was a thing.
yeah,
I'm not trying to show our age or nothing, but like back then, like if
get the
your name
paper.
hit the paper,
Hey, you did something.
you know what
You done
I'm saying?
made it.
So
You done made it.
right, so right up and and I remember I was in the All-Star game at ICC.
That was a big compliment.
And yes, me. I think this is when Jacob was in. Me, Jacob, Zayda. I forgot all the Tim County folks.
Y'all had
What's the name for Faulkner?
Richard or Trayvon.
Trayvon, I think.
Trayvon.
But that group.
Mm,
And I remember we spent the night in the dorms, and Zayda and them was all talking about the write. We were talking about the write up that they did for the game or something, and I was left out of it.
mm,
And like part of our conversation was maybe I was left out of it because I didn't get a basketball scholarship like everybody else.
yeah,
They were mentioning, the Zeta was coming there, and the girl Paulo
yeah.
Asia from
Mm-hmm.
Tupelo was coming there, and some other folks that were playing were going, to different schools for basketball. I wasn't, and so they were like maybe that's a possibility. I was like, I don't know, maybe it is, but whatever. But that was my last game. That was my last game. And when I went to Southern, I couldn't shake it. I couldn't get past not playing and feeling like if almost everybody else that made the roster got a scholarship to play basketball.
So do you never got offered for basketball?
Officially offered?
Yeah.
No. I went on some visit,
Where to? You don't mind me asking.
Northeast, ICC, talked to a couple coaches like Kahoma and stuff, like some game. I also think it was part of the reason why the coach I had at the time, it wasn't Coach Bates. She's Coach Hobson now. She was gone. We had Coach Orman, and
Mm.
he's at Oxford now.
Wasn't that was his first year?
First year period, no. So it was funny. He was at Pine Grove, and she was at Ripley. She went to Pine Grove. He came to Ripley. My mom's coworker had a daughter that played at Pine Grove, and she was telling me how we weren't going to be too pleased with the new coach with the switch. I remember we had our first meeting, and this was me and Zeta's junior year when he first came. We had him our last 2 years, or maybe it was our senior year. We had him. Maybe it was a summer before our. I don't know. I know I had him the summer before my senior year though.
Mm.
And he is a very. I don't know. Maybe he's matured over time. He got a lot of gray hairs and stuff now. Maybe with those gray hairs has come a little wisdom, some growth, some maturity. But younger, less gray hair him,
Not it.
not it. He was definitely one of the models I took as a coach that I did not want to be. When he first came in, I don't think he took the time to really, for one, attempt to get to know us, on a real level. We only had like two players that liked him, and they thought he was cute, and they were two of our younger players on the roster. But he felt like I was the ringleader. I'm the reason nobody likes you. I'm in cahoots, and I'm telling everybody not to like you. I got enough power as a 16, 17-year-old kid to make sure nobody likes you
With two people.
but two people. And even they get with the group and act like it when they're not. I'm gonna give you 2 examples of why I don't like him, and then I'll tell you why I think he played a major role into why things went the way they went. My senior summer, he kicked me off the team. That's why I feel like he came in my senior summer, or at the end of my junior year, and he kicked me off because I had a concussion. I was in the concussion protocol. I was in the locker room before practice. First off, I wasn't practicing that day anyway. And I had called my mom and I was like, man, my head been killing me, telling her how I felt and stuff. And so she told me to lay in there for a minute, with the lights off. So I had beat some of the girls in the locker room while I was laying in there, had the lights off. Now, I don't know if it's just me feeling that way from, walking down and transitioning to the gym or whatever it was. But so I'm sitting in there, on the floor. When they come in, they cut the lights on, they start to get ready. They decide, the ones that have to practice today, decide that he can't come in the locker room, right? Because he'll do, while we're getting changed, all that stuff. He got to wait, somebody let him know it's okay to come in and all that stuff. So they decided, since he can't come in, they're going to play a prank and cut the lights off and act like ain't nobody here for practice. So then when they all come out, they like 5 minutes. I don't know how many minutes they was like, I'm laying on the floor about sleep. Maybe was. I don't know. I just woke up. I remember the lights come back on, folks. Ha 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 ha, getting ready to go out here to practice. So I finally get up. I'm getting ready and stuff. I come out there, and he tell me that if you on protocol tomorrow, you gotta do these too. I simply asked, why do I have to do bleachers for the bleachers practice when I wasn't set to practice today?
Simple question. Simple question. Simple question.
So you say a lot of stuff in anger, you just yelling, and I'm still standing kind of like, I don't get the point of why you yelling, because I simply asked you, why do you feel as though the person that is on concussion protocol that can't practice today, anyways, was not going to practice anyway? It didn't matter if I came in here or didn't.
I'm not doing that, and you know this.
Like I say, he gets upset, and it leads to him kicking me off the team. I find that cool. You know what I mean? Cool.
Out of here. Out of here.
Bye bye. So leave, if I find my own stuff. But even when I was younger, I always been smart. So I thought politically. I was okay. If you take me off the roster, your first year here at Ripley for the girls basketball team, that's a winning program that makes it to Jackson every year, at least to the semis every year, has only made it to less than that 1 year out of the past 4 to 5.
Thanks.
Leading up to her senior year is either your first or second leading scorer, your leading rebound.
Talk that talk. Talk that talk.
I just trying to stats.
Talk that talk. Hey.
But if you take that out, and you take it out right here in the summer, you came in on the back in that summer. Hopefully you do something strong between August and November to make up for the difference, or it's gonna be a long season.
You play center, right?
Mm-hmm. 4 or 5, mainly 5, and so you take that away. You only had 2 seniors.
First, are you losing lead? That's one thing. I not respect it.
2.
First off, you losing leadership, and then you mentioned stats, rebounding, and that's that. But the leadership part, I feel like that goes very unnoticed.
Yeah.
With basketball.
Yeah.
You've been there. You know what it takes to get to Jackson.
Right.
You know what it takes to get through the playoffs, because when playoffs come, especially up here,
you gotta be a different monster.
In North Mississippi, hey,
you gotta be a different monster. Woo. You gotta be a different monster. And North Mississippi runs basketball in Mississippi.
Man,
North Mississippi runs it.
You can be a team three times in the regular season,
and they tear you down.
That playoff time,
it's like it's a whole
I ain't never, man, what? But you take you take that away, just that leadership alone, like that deflates the team. And like you said, y'all had two seniors your senior year. Just you and Zeta. Zeta can only do so much. Y'all have that chemistry. You taking that away.
Yeah.
You get down to nitty gritty. We know what y'all going to. Most folks don't, but I did.
Yeah.
And if need nothing but a high pick and roll on the right side, so they didn't get to her strong hand, pocket pass right there. It was so simple. I never got like how do y'all not know what they finna do in crunch time?
Yeah.
They do it. They've been doing it since ninth grade.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to be technical, seventh grade.
Yeah.
I watched it.
Legit.
It ain't. That's it. Just losing leadership alone. And the woo, that didn't make sense. That was good business choice.
And on top of that, so what I was thinking was, you take all that stuff out,
Take
right?
it out.
You're gonna have a hard season. So in my mind, I was like, when he calmed down or whatever, whatnot, he had to negotiate something. I was upset I missed my senior summer. My last, with my junior summer, my last summer to play summer ball. But I still knew though, after this summer's over, you're gonna have to hit me up.
Yep.
You're gonna have to. So he hit me up. And his stipulations was, check this out.
I can't wait.
When I came out of the locker room and you were upset because some little girls played a prank on you, and I asked you why you feel like I have to run before for a prank or whatever that wasn't associated with me, I'm ineligible right now. And you get angry and you spaz out, and you make an irrational decision while you're upset. After you do all that, the stipulations for me to get back on the team is for me to go to anger management.
How did you handle that?
First,
Cause I know you.
well, I didn't. I had to go to counseling.
So we here.
Right.
We here. How did you handle that in that moment? Not later on when you thought about it in that moment.
In that moment,
like, what did you feel?
What did I feel in the moment? Very upset. One.
But how did you take all that in? Not now. Not looking back like right now.
At that moment.
In that moment.
Okay, so.
Because I know you.
First off, me and my mama, like I said, me and my mama, she know me. So before, she was like, we're going in here, we're going to be, civilized, cordial, have a conversation, come to an agreement, this and the third. After he mentioned that I needed to do anger management courses to get back on the team, after you sat here and just had anger management problem, okay, cool. So I agreed to them, whatever, stipulations or whatever. And okay, so now keep in mind this, I had just started driving. My counselor, her office was all the way in Pontotoc. I had to drive from Reaper. So once a week, I had to go to Pontotoc. When I go to Pontotoc, I'll never forget, she had the, I feel like it's customary. Like, I feel like you can't have a therapy office without like the little waterfall thing, lamps, dim lighting,
subtle shit.
The whole nine. And when I first came in there, I ain't really no people person no way. So I'm in there, I'm looking at her, she looking at me. Now, at first, she asked me the customary questions, Like each time she was trying to ask me, like she started off with a question or so, but asked me a question.
So why do you get so? What causes it?
I'm sure it's some deeper problems.
Some deeper problems. Can you elaborate on it for me?
Yeah, like with my childhood and stuff.
See, what you giving me these short answers, we're not gonna get it.
Correct. Now her response wasn't that. That's one and see, that's what makes her professional, I guess.
Exactly.
That lady, when she noticed those were my answers and she couldn't bounce off of me and fight anymore, when she got to that point in the conversation, she stopped. And we would sit there and listen to that waterfall until it was time for me to go. And we kept doing that each week. And she'd give me to talk like a little more each time. And by the time I was like, open and ready to talk to her, I had like maybe one more session. Now I'll say that she didn't really help me too much mentally because of me. And then when I got back, now moving forward, my second reason. So that's the first reason why. Well, the first thing he done, that stands out to me is like the no. Yeah. So then I had a teammate, and again, he didn't get to know us personally either. We had a game, and it was away, so we were getting on the bus, and I don't know what type of game it was. That's what I'm saying. I'm fuzzy about which summer he came. I just know he came in the summer. Because a part of me feels like this was maybe this was a tournament or something, and the boys weren't in it or something like that. I'm not sure. That's not really the important part. But so my teammate was talking to this guy from Fox, and her and the guy had gotten into it real bad before the game. He was her ride to the gym, and a lot of stuff was going on. My teammate, we was telling come on and stuff. She pulled into this gym parking lot. Somebody pulled her into it. She pulled into it. I don't know. Somebody pulled into it because she wasn't driving. Almost on two. You know how the gym parking lot set up. Almost on two wheels, whipping in there. Right, we on the bus. She got all her stuff with her in her bag. She hops out the car, and he decides to crank up. He done cranked the bus up, and she pulling in. But he done crank it up. He just
old bus. They got that shake to it.
And he watching her run towards the bus. As he watching her run towards the bus, close the door and starts driving towards her. And she's still running towards the bus to try and get him to stop the bus so she can get on. So Riley, well, I said the name. Anyway, it don't matter. She knows the story. Anyway, so my teammate,
Riley B.
No, it's a girl.
That's what I'm saying.
Named Riley.
What her last name start with? B.
What she look like? Black or white? We'll talk about that. Okay. Anyway,
because if this is who I think it is, it's gonna make the story funnier for me because I know her.
And like she's got like a really good spirit, lighthearted, funny.
Okay, we good.
Okay, so we're like loves all animals. Yeah. Very sweet girl. Yeah. You know what I mean? Kind-hearted, like
naive.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That. So yeah. Ronnie is running at the bus, like towards the sign on the front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like stop the bus. Yeah. We run to the front of the bus as a team, yelling at this man because you're steady driving the bus towards her as she's running at the bus. As they're running towards, we lose vision of Riley. The bus is high. Hey. So we lose vision of him. So we began, forget him. We began to look back. We looking out the back door like, are we finna see her when we keep going forward? You know what I'm saying? Have you like her? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like real chaotic. And then he ends up letting her on the bus. Okay, but keep in mind, when we get there, we're girls. Keep in mind, we rock with Riley. We was team Riley before we even knew you. And on top of that, Riley is one of the two that even like you. And you're going to sit here and treat one of the two that even likes you like that. Okay. So we get to this game. And we in the huddle and stuff, before the game and stuff, And he doing his pregame and stuff. And we all kind of just like.
You ain't going to apologize to her?
We not
going to acknowledge nothing.
Nothing. We just out here. We came in. We changed clothes. We got ready. You talked about the game.
We're not going to talk about you almost running the girl over.
Nothing. None of that happened. Now, don't get it twisted. We're not going to get out here and play for you. We're going to get out here and play because we have a reputation to withhold. And we're not going to get out here and lose to whoever this is we're playing because we're ripping. But other than us handling business, don't get it twisted. That's all we're doing. Rico was an assistant that year.
Yeah.
Rico knew us more. Rico's in the huddle like, they not vibing with it. I know they not. Yeah, no, we're not. We're not.
Rico been with us since we were young, so.
Yeah, like we're not rocking with it. None of this that he got going on. We dealing, but me also. Me, I'm dealing, but I'm being very honest. So I know one time, this is my third thing. Top it off with one thing. Third thing. Okay, so we have one more grievance. So we had practice or something. It was at the gym. We was in our gym. We had practice something. It had to been practice or something because he had time enough to call me in his office. So he called me in his office. He was at his desk. Rico sitting on the couch. I already knew it was something when I sat down and there's you and Rico in here. And I kind of looked at Rico like, what is this?
What we doing?
So this grown man asked me, a 17-year-old girl, why don't you like me?
For that exact question, who are you?
And I'm like, first off, I'm thinking in my head, okay, and what professionally, who cares why I don't like you? Professionally, if I go out here every game, produce the points I'm supposed to produce the rebounds I'm supposed to produce, be the leader of the team that you need me to be, we winning games. However we got it working, it's working. Let it work the way it's working. I don't have to like you to work with you. Now, keep this in mind. This grown man with a couple of gray hairs at the time asked me why I don't like you. Okay. He continues the statement by saying, is it because of my wife or my kids? Now, after he finished the question, as a 17-year-old, I said to him, honestly, you don't want the answer to your question. And when I answer your question, you're going to get upset. You're going to get red. My answer is going to go in one ear and out the other. And he just insisted, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I say, okay. I said, well, number one, it's not because of your wife or your kids. I actually don't like your wife or your kids because I don't like you. And if they do like you, then there's got to be something with them that don't align with me because they like you. So I don't like them because of you. And I told him, also, I don't have to like you for us to work together. We don't have to be up there in the building talking to each other when we see each other. When you outside your classroom and you see me in the hallway, you don't have to speak. I don't plan to speak to you. But when we get in here, we can do what we gotta do. Go on about our day.
Simple.
And do you know what happened? The answer, as I was saying the answer, he was getting more and more upset. And it began to go in one ear and out the other.
But no, it's not. No, it's not.
Or maybe it's not. I don't know what we're doing. All I know is
you turning red.
It's coming to fruition. Everything I said, it's seeming like it's happening.
Yeah.
And now you're upset. And it's throwing me because you're upset after you called me into your office to ask me a question that you didn't want the answer to in the first place. You're upset because I answered it?
I told you, you're not going to like the answer that I give you.
You're not going to like the answer anyway.
But you insisted on getting the answer that you knew you weren't going to like because I just told you. You're not going to like the answer. So therefore, what I would have done, I wouldn't have said nothing. Because obviously, you're not listening. I just told you.
You're not going
to like this answer.
You're not going to
insist, and I told you again. No, you're not.
You are not going to like it.
I done told you everything that you finna do, and you continue. So now, from what I'm hearing, it seemed like he was picking. He was trying to find a reason to really just not like you.
Mm-hmm.
He just wanted something.
Even on top of that, we're playing in Pontotoc. Keep in mind, you know how good Pontotoc was at girls then when they had that old man. Okay, we're playing in Pontotoc. I remember they had a student section and they had these 3 guys sitting at a table in suits like they was ESPN when we walked in. That's the type of game this finna be. Gym already packed out for the girls game and we're just now walking in. It's already packed out. That's the type of game we're playing. That's the type of game we're playing next night. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. We playing in the first half. I don't know what he got upset about, what we got into it about. And you sit me, right? Now.
How long?
15. You sit me like a little bit before halftime or a little bit after halftime. Somewhere in that gap of halftime.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in that gap of halftime. Maybe it's right after halftime or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, the game starts to shift while I'm out.
They favor.
And they favor. Your wife proceeds to walk. Keep in mind, Ponto's home side is where? Behind they bench. Business side of the cross. So you proceeded to walk around.
She walked a long way too.
Yeah. The long way.
Ooh.
Around past their bench, down to our bench. And what did she say to me? I need to do some or something. I said, no, your husband needs to do that.
Anybody else would did that, they getting thrown out.
Right. Let's start with the number one thing. You're not the coach of this team. You're not even on staff at Ripley High School. Okay? So I'm confused as to why you're coming to the bench with the players to discuss anything. That's number one. Number two, you're not my mom. So I'm super confused as to why you around here to tell me anything. So I'm very confused as to what her intent was there. But again, I told her you can go ahead and tell that to you. But now fast forward. Keep in mind, these are all the problems me and him had my senior year.
Yo, yeah.
So when it comes time, the coaches are calling, hey, what about number 34?
Uncoachable, bad attitude, this, that, and third, talk bad. Okay, yeah.
So now someone that has the same stats as several players in our class
Yeah.
that got scholarships, that I got Becky's own, because now I'm finna talk shit, that I got Becky's own,
Talk your talk.
that I scored Becky far enough, that I locked up, that whatever they average, they didn't have it that night. Keep in mind, I'm averaging almost a double-double, not shooting nothing, just football.
Yep. Hey, I gotta commend you on that, because let me tell you something. Woo-wee. Ain't gonna lie. Man.
Yeah. All footwork, all grit.
Hey.
All grit ground at the block. Give me my bucket.
Ain't running from no contact.
No, give it to me. I'ma feel weird on get. Then go on the defensive end and still bang. And do that 4 quarters. I don't get no scholarship.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
You see what I mean? And I feel like he played a factor into that. And you know something too? You know it's crazy when I was coaching at Ashland. Our first game every year is Oxford. Every single year. Every single year. My last summer there, we almost beat them that summer.
I'm good.
Get it out. Hey,
good.
he was scared. Thing is this though, they had to play us at home, so it flops. One year we go to Oxford, next year they come to Ashland. Okay, he come to, now. Keep in mind, me as a coach, but I don't know. Like I said, he don't build relationships with his players. All my girls, all my boys, I can see them 15 years from now. I'm gonna know that's my baby.
Yep.
When I played against Coach, I always try and call her by her old name because that's what. But when I played Coach Hobson in Ashland, we in the refs meeting. That's one of my babies right there. She played for me.
And that should be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when we coached against each other, that was more of a good feeling for me, more than a battle that I felt like it should have been, because it wasn't, you know. And I was able to talk to her and hey, you know, what could we have done differently there? Because we were like, hey, I thought we was finna get them. And she was like, yeah, y'all had us. And she told me some pointers that could help if we end up in that situation again. Anyway, he comes to Ashton. So the first year we went to Oxford, and I was an assistant that first year. You seen me, I seen you. You knew I wasn't gonna speak. I'm glad. Maybe you remember me enough to know I don't want you to speak. Don't even attempt, because I'm not gonna speak that. That's what I'm hoping it was. But either way, we didn't talk. Now the next year, y'all gotta come to Ashland, right? This man come to Ashland. I think he said it was his mama's birthday. He gonna ask Suggs. That was our AD at the time. He gonna ask Suggs. He's like, "Hey, it's my mom's birthday today. Do you mind, or do y'all mind announcing it on the PA system? What? Will we announce your mother's birthday in Ashland, Mississippi?" Now, I understand y'all. Hey, coach, if we were in Oxford, hey, the game's gonna be, or right before the game, warm up's gonna be delayed a few minutes. We're gonna do a little ceremony for my mom's birthday. Cool, that's your gym.
That's your gym. You ain't finna come to my gym and do.
You come to my gym talking about, can y'all celebrate my mom? And I don't even mess with you.
No.
And I'm the head coach this year.
Absolutely not. And
see, Suggs is like you. Like me and him rock just like this, but I call him Buddha. That's why I even decided to name Buddha that. Like, that he's like, bro, when I was helping him with football, the ref was cheating him one game. I'm talking about cheating him. And one of them came over there talking about he was hot and thirsty. And he gave him one of the Gatorade bottles. I said, man, I wouldn't have told him to swallow his spit. That's how the dude he is, though. You know what I'm saying? So
it's even killed.
Yeah. But so after he asked the request of him, I looked at him dead in the eyes. He a little taller than me. I looked at him dead in the eyes. I could have snatched him down to my height. Don't you dare announce anything about his mama's birthday.
You didn't say anything, though.
I did. I remember this for work. Don't you dare announce anything about his mama's birthday. He had Rich. Says I'm not playing with you. And he's like, okay. I'm like, okay, as long as you know, this is not a game. I know I joke a lot, but this is not one of those times.
Yeah.
Don't you dare. So, of course we did not. Because you got me messed up. My assistant would have been coming to that game because I would have flipped out on Suggs that game. If he would have grabbed that mic up, he would have had to eat the mic. Been shoved it in his mouth. I wish you would. And but my thing is that brings another thing back to like his mental not being right and his ego not being right. You know what I mean? But I gave that story though really to reel it all back in and say that really messed with my mental health after basketball a lot because I felt like I went D1 in track, but I also felt like I was settling for going D1 in track because I never meant to be good at track. I never meant to win track. We just had to do it because during the off season we were made to do it.
Conditioning
to stay in shape.
That's all it was.
I only did track to stay in shape. I never did it to be good at it, to be seen in it. I never even thought about getting a scholarship. I remember my coach that year was Hathorn, and he called me in his room that morning. He was like, "Hey, the coach from Southern Miss called about you in track." And I remember looking at him. I said, "Where is Southern Miss?"
Yeah.
And I'm thinking in my mind, there's some rinky-dink college somewhere. I know it's in. I hear the Miss. So I'm assuming it's in Mississippi. And even when he showed it to me, I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool, whatever. I still didn't know the magnitude of what he was saying.
Cause all you process was in that moment was track.
I just had a track. Yeah, so
no basketball.
Yeah, so I'm not really saying what you're talking about at all.
I mean that's alright, but no basketball.
Right, you're not talking about basketball. Well, cool. So when our next meeting is, practice today or no? And he's probably gonna be crazy like, you're not getting it. A D1 school just called up here about you,
and you looking like, no, you not getting it.
If you're not talking about basketball,
it don't matter to me.
I don't care what you're talking about. Are we practicing today? Because I leave early.
Yeah, I got something to do.
Are we or not? Me and Zayda's trying to go out. So do we got practice or no? You know what I'm saying? So move forward. He's like, hey, the coach called about this and the third. And even to the extent of when basketball season started that next year, I had been in contact with her and stuff over the summer. When basketball season came that next year, she came to a game. I remember seeing her come to a game. And I remember when she came, and she went up there, and I guess she introduced herself to my mama and stuff like that. And she had told me she was coming and all that. But, I mean, even when she came, my excitement wasn't that the track coach was there. It was more to show you, like, hey, I get buckets, though. Like, I'm an athlete.
That you need to go relay this to the head coach.
Yeah.
Well, I'm recruiting her for track, but she's nice.
Yeah, but she's definitely a bucket.
Yeah. You're not getting it either.
Y'all ain't seeing the vision here.
Y'all not seeing what I'm seeing.
So I didn't really understand the magnitude. And when I saw at the game, like I said, I was thinking more of, this open door for me just to get on campus or something, I accepted the scholarship because me and my mom went on a visit and all that stuff. I accepted the offer because towards the end of the summer, it was there's a signing day.
Yeah.
Number one. So I had until signing day to decide anyway.
Yeah.
And I gave it until deciding day to see if anything would work with basketball. It didn't. Now I'm thinking, to keep my mom from being in any situations, I may accept a scholarship.
Yeah.
To help with school. And so I accept the scholarship, shoot on up to Southern, it's time for school and stuff. And I'm still mentally battling because I'm already mentally battling with the fact that I feel like this man messed up my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mentally battling with the fact that I feel like on top of that, you're still haunting me because you sat here and I feel like you made it to where I couldn't get a basketball scholarship, and you're the reason I'm sitting up here at Southern Miss in the first place. I'm not taking in that, hey, I don't know too many people from Ripley that can say they were a Division I athlete.
That list ain't long.
You know what I mean? So I ain't thinking nothing about this accolade at all. I'm just mentally stuck on basketball and how I feel like this man took it from me. And now I'm up here at this school and I don't know nobody. And I'm 4.5 hours from home doing track. And when you go to college, speaking like we was talking about the last episode, athlete burnout.
That's
You learn it for real when you get to college because I had 3 practices a day. That was for 3 separate events plus weights, and we only didn't have weights on Wednesdays. I remember my first week or so there, I threw up in the weight room. I ain't never threw up in the weight room doing the weights. And my thing is, bro, it's not that I ain't no athlete or that these ain't things I hadn't mentally pushed past before, like weights or intense workout. I can't mentally push past this because I don't even care about it.
It's not basketball.
You know, I'm mentally pushing through for what? To go out here and do what? Track? To go out here and do track? You know what I mean? And then on top of that, I was always good in basketball. I knew I was bad in basketball. You weren't going to tell me I wouldn't. My confidence was through the roof. Walking the line of cockiness. Maybe sometimes I tilt over a little bit.
Very arrogant.
You know what I mean?
Very arrogant.
So
rightfully so though.
But my thing is going from that to being on this team, the kids that wanted a D1 track scholarship worked to get a D1 track scholarship. I'm sitting on a team with these kids that like only 3 of us out the 5 that was throwers was from the United States. The other 2 were one was from the Bahamas, and I forgot where the other one was from. But Rashay was from the Bahamas. Amron was from somewhere else. So Taylor was from Texas. Thomas was from Louisiana.
Good Southern blend.
And so keep in mind, I come from my basketball coach being my track coach. And then after she left, the football coach was my track coach. Now that I'm a teacher, they took it as an extra stipend on their check. We all were athletes, so we were going to be decently good at it anyway. They didn't have to do anything but monitor practice and take us to the meets because you have a CDL, so you can drive.
Really with them with little extra time babysit.
Yeah,
really?
Yes, that's it. That's how it was.
They don't care about it.
Yeah, you're not training me to do anything. When I do throwing practice, I would go up there on the hill. Keep in mind, even with the coaches we had, they were with the runners. They were working on relays and handoffs. They threw us throwers up there to throw. You go up there, you throw. You know, they tell you how many times to throw it. Throw it this many times. You know, mark it if you can. Walk out there to it. Get you kind of a distance. And go home.
I don't care. Go up there, get your reps in, go home.
And go home.
You ain't even got to come tell me. Get your reps in.
And go home.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So I never worked on track.
So you coming from like now you say it, going to a D1 where this coach is known for that sport, and then coming from coaches who don't really care about it. That is a mental challenge.
Right. So now I'm here, and now, like I said, we're at practice, and you're talking about all these terminologies
that I hadn't heard.
And you're like, yeah, we're gonna turn you into a spinner, and this and a third. And I'm thinking, ma'am, what I knew of track is I get out here, I throw the ball. The most I knew about the rules: keep it on your neck. It can't come off your neck till you get ready to go. Stay in the circle. Don't get a circle till they say mark. That's all I know. Same thing with the disc. Come in a certain way. Wait, throw it. Stay in the circle. Once they say mark, you can leave it. Make sure you leave at the back. Can't leave at the front. That's all I knew. And you want me to be this D1, you know what I mean?
Something I'm really...
And I'm mentally struggling because as an athlete, I'm competitive. But I've always been the top athlete. Even with this track stuff, where I'm from, I won state twice. I won state 2 out of 4 years, placed every year.
You got a hell of a resume.
Thank you.
You got a hell of a resume.
Thank you.
Hey, hell of a resume.
So, but it was all, I was doing it in the off season though, And so mentally trying to deal with that and mentally dealing with being at the bottom of the totem pole. I've never been at the bottom of the totem pole. Like, every last thrower is better than me. Thought I threw far. They got
Hey.
I threw like 30 something. They said, what they say? 40? What? You know what I'm saying? Kayla was going to her senior year. Rashay was going to her. I was a freshman coming in. Freshman thrower Tom, I think, was a freshman too.
Mm-hmm.
But mentally dealing with losing basketball, mentally dealing with him, I felt like he mess it up and sabotage me. Mentally dealing with this new sport that I don't even care for. Mentally dealing with these workouts and the schedule that comes with it. Mentally dealing with becoming exhausted from dealing with all that and still having to do it. Mentally being messed up by the fact that, is this pressure on me to become a good track athlete all of a sudden. There's a lot of mental stuff going on. You know what I mean? And I was struggling.
Now that's a burnout.
I was struggling and I was burning out. And I would start to kind of practice and resent it. And like even this, like I remember she gave everybody an opportunity to play like music they liked at practice. Each day everybody would get like their turn. And I remember the first day was my turn. My favorite rapper of all time has always been Boosie. Now, do we disagree on a lot of stuff he feels about personally? For sure. We definitely do. Musically, I like the guy.
That dude.
I like the guy. It's my day, right? Boom. I'm finna play some Boosie. I got the Trouble album ready to go. Trouble album. I got it ready to go. I'm ready to get in the circle. Let's turn it up.
I'm in my zone today.
Long story short, I did not get to play my playlist. You made me cut it off as to whatever and whatnot. So, but my thing is, you ain't judge nobody else's playlist.
I feel like they would. I feel like Southern would have accepted it since it's, Louisiana right there.
She not from there though. She was from like Nebraska. So she was from up north somewhere. Yeah, she was from up north somewhere or something. Her name was Swoboda. Her last name was Swoboda.
Sound Russian.
I don't know, but she was from north. But anyway, so I'm mentally dealing with that, trying to move on from basketball, of trying to deal with that and stuff like that. And I always felt like, bro, she was just kind of like picking at me, and I had never been in that position because I had noticed my whole career players that got kind of like picked on if they wasn't doing good, or picked at if you're not progressing the way you're supposed to, and the coach come at you harder because you're not the top player and kind of pinpoint you more. But I was never that player.
They come back. That goes back to the last episode.
Yeah, I was never that player. Yeah, I was never the other. I was never the other. And now I'm sitting here an other. I'm an other now. She's treating me like an other.
Hey.
How do I mentally deal with being treated like I ain't never been an other? And you recruited me like I was somebody. And now you treat me like an other? And then mentally dealing with that too, right? So I'm dealing with that all mentally from my transition from basketball and trying to cope. And now we did have the pain center, and I kid you not. I always say that I messed up in Southern because I wasn't watching my grades and I was partying. I was partying and stuff too. I kid you not. As soon as class time was over, my track practices was done, I'm at the pain center. And that's where we had like four courts that just go. And I'm talking about from like 2, 3 o'clock, whenever this track stuff is through. A little earlier on Wednesday because I don't got weights.
Yeah, you ain't got live.
Bro, it closed at 10. I'm in there till 10. I messed around and started working there because I was like, bro, I sit in here all day anyway. Might well get paid, and in between my time, go hoop and make sure I'm done and off by the time it's time to hoop. Make a couple dollars. But I replaced it with doing that. I did intramurals there. The only thing that kept me afloat was that pain center. Because the only way I could get to basketball was in that pain center. And I treated that, I put more time into that than I did anything to do with track. But that was the only thing that kept me going a little bit, is to be able to go in there and hoop.
Just get that out, that frustration.
Yeah, and then
that's been your therapy.
That's been it. That's been it.
So long, and then you jumping into this really a new world.
Yeah, I moved 4.5 hours away from home. I remember the first person I saw. At Tuesday we were friends. His name is Nick, and he was wearing a Tupelo shirt. When I was leaving my dorm, I was going towards the Union. He was leaving from the Union, and I stopped this man randomly. You are the first person I have seen
from home.
And
Tupelo's still a good little drive.
And Tupelo is still like a good drive for me. But the closest thing to home that I've seen here is you. Like I don't have to sit here and say, hey, do you know where Tupelo is? Do you know where Memphis is? I'm about an hour from there. I don't have to say it to you. And you know that.
Right the road.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that kept me. And then to top it off, the last mental strain on me at the very beginning of losing basketball, I found out from my teammate. I don't even know how we got on the conversation. I ain't never verified this with Swoboda, so I'm not gonna put words in her mouth. Again, I plan on this to get famous, so maybe one day this will trickle to her at a final.
And we can talk about it. So how you say it?
Swoboda.
Swoboda. We gonna talk about it.
Coach Stewart is the head coach. Coach Stewart.
Yeah. Swoboda.
Yeah. So come to find out, supposedly she only recruited me because the school was on her back to recruit an in-state thrower. Taylor was from Texas. Thomas was from Louisiana. The other two weren't even from the United States. And then on top of that, the money they had to offer them to cover the out-of-state tuition and all that stuff. Get us a cheaper thrower, potential or whatever, but an in-state thrower. And it also looks good for this Mississippi institution to have a Mississippi thrower.
I feel like Mississippi, you whole team full of Mississippi throwers, but hey.
You know, so what'd you do? Like scroll and look at the stats? Mine kind of popped out. Decent distance or something. What? How'd you come across me anyway? What made you come across me? When you met me, and I remember she came to one of my track meets at the end of the season too. And I won that year. I told her I wasn't gonna win. I wasn't gonna win this. I was like, I'm gonna place. I won't win it. I'll play stuff. I get there on the podium with it, but I'm not gonna win it. But what brought you to Ripley, Mississippi for me as a thrower out of the blue? Hadn't been recruiting me. When you met me and realized just raw potential, she was out here just throwing it with pure strength.
Is it no technique?
No technique, no nothing.
Just sprint.
Just throwing it with strength. No technique, no nothing. Let me give her a D1 track scholarship. Do that add up to you?
Nope. It don't. It was just something like, let me get that done today on my back.
So that's why when my teammate told me that, it did make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, she redshirted me that year.
Let me just get them on my back.
Yeah, let me recruit her. She not ready. Redshirt her. Now I'm mentally dealing with that. So I'm not only an other. I'm like an other. I don't even get. Then the mental toll of I'm already burnt out on this. Cause I don't want to do it in the first place. I'm already mentally dealing with the fact that I don't love it and I'm doing it anyway. Then you redshirt me. Then imagine this. Something you don't know how much this message you missed with. Something as simple as they sent out a school-wide email on the day of the track meet. These are the students that won't be here today or today and tomorrow or whatever because of the track meet. I see my friend Trey. I see my friend Kayla. Khalil name. Thomas name. Amron, Brashay. The other runners, my other friends, they on there.
My name is.
I don't get to travel. I don't get to travel with the team.
So you tell me I gotta do all this work.
I gotta do all this work. I gotta be at every practice
that I do
for a sport I don't love.
And I can't even get on the bus. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. Hey, my girl Dee. She was a freshman. That was my roommate. Dee, that was my homie. Yeah. She was a thrower too. But again, Dee was from Georgia. She went from Mississippi either. Dee was from Georgia. But Dee did trick. Dee was a thrower. Dee looked like Dee was a thrower. Dee sound like a thrower. How the part of Joe? Sound like she. Nah.
Don't let me lie. She had told me.
Sound like she'd be like from Savannah.
Oh, bro, why does it sound familiar? Hey. She had an Impala. I remember y'all used to call it Tick Time Mom. So she got
it do with the air.
But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, Dee for sure. But I'm on a team with all these folks that worked to get a D1 scholarship. And I ain't taking away from myself because my accolades within Mississippi track are strong. If they wasn't, I would have won the whole. Hey, so which I get that, but still I feel like you kind of just, okay, this one won 1A, but 1A distances ain't strong enough, you know. Okay, 30-some, you know, multiple years. Because other A's had different winners. Okay, her name keep popping up. Okay, my freshman year I got third, sophomore year second, junior senior first.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she saw my name multiple times. I don't know what brought her to me, but I do know that possibly the main reason was just because I was from Mississippi.
Yep.
And I found this out while I was still on the team, missing meets, red shirted, trying to figure out a way to contribute, bro, because y'all don't understand. I'm struggling with this.
I need an escape.
I'm struggling with this, doing this. Bro, I remember one day we had to run the stadium. You forget bleachers.
Football stadium?
The Southern Miss football stadium.
Nice
I remember pushing a sled down the college football field. I feel like they're measured differently than high school. Everybody say that the 10 yards, the same 10 yards. I think they do them different or something. Something different. Something ain't right. So when I look up, I'm like 3 yards.
It ain't mad.
And it ain't and I knew I was at least 50.
Let me ask you this. You feel like if you would have say you was on that same football field but you doing it for what you love.
I probably like on Blindside. Not on Blindside. What's that Christian movie
where he was?
What's the Christian movie? Look up, Billy. Red zone.
You're in the end zone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I can't let go. I know exactly what
That would have been me. That would have been me.
Do you feel like that year, being the other red shirt, can't travel, dealing with all that, do you feel like that was your most mentally trying year?
Yes. And on top of that, I don't hide from this. I tell my kids this. I tell them this more of an enduring story. And I feel like they have the assumption that all teachers just have been smart and perfect their whole life.
No.
It's not the case. I left Southern with a 1.8, 1 point something GPA after that year. Keep in mind, straight A student.
Yes.
I got a track scholarship on top of an academic scholarship to go to Southern. Intelligent. I ain't no dummy.
No cap.
You know what I mean? I ain't no dummy to leave with a 1 point something GPA. But it's so many mental things factoring in. Then on top of Tay, I kid you not, my first few nights there on campus, I cried myself to sleep like a baby. I'm 4.5 hours away from anything I know, anybody I know. And even in that uncomfortable feeling, I couldn't have stayed for at least for another 4.5, even if somebody was coming to get me. I faced the wall in my bed, and I have a roommate, and silently cried myself to sleep until I just finally got to the nights where I won. And that's me. Them first days on campus.
I didn't get to go to college, so this is all like very interesting to me. I didn't do college. I love hearing folks like
it was a battle.
I love hearing folks' college story. Everybody always tell about the parties, this, that, and third. No, what them dark days like? That's what I want to know.
And my thing is this too. When it came to partying and stuff, that was part of my dark days. It was a mix of.
It was really just.
When you leave sports, there's so many mental battles. Like, so on top of trying to deal with this mental transition to this sport I don't really care about. On top of that, mentally dealing with, I'm struggling in my courses. I've never struggled in a course before. And on top of struggling with my courses in this unfamiliar territory, and I don't know any of these people, and I'm just, like I said, I almost pounced, literally almost pounced on a familiar face. And so on top of that, another thing I dealt with as an athlete, especially coming from a small town, and then we lived in North Mississippi where like this is the basketball area, right? Another thing I dealt with is we had such an image to uphold when we were younger. When kids did go to have the bonfires and they had the parties and they had this and the third, we didn't go to those. You know what I mean? We was locked in on sports and our parents were very strict on us, So I didn't get to do all that stuff. So also when I got to Southern, I remember my first night there and my teammate came to me and was like, I want to go to the first day back party. I was in the shower. She came, she knocked on the door. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? What's
going on? You know what I'm saying?
I'm in the shower. Hey, You trying to go to this back to school party? Period. I'm already in the shower ready. So I wasn't accustomed to the ideology where, for one, I was somewhere where people didn't know me. It was a bigger area, and I wasn't the athlete that had to uphold this image. So when she was like, "Hey, there's a party," and then on top of that, another mental thing I struggle with. My mama was always the deciding factor. When she asked me, I'm like, do I want to go?
You on your own?
I think I want to go. Yeah, I'm going.
I ain't got to answer nobody.
I don't got to answer to nobody.
Oh, yeah.
I'm 4.5 hours away from any answer.
So by the time she get here, even if she do come, hey, it's gonna be out the way.
So for me, mentally after basketball, it was a hard struggle from dealing with Orman to dealing with trying to adjust to being a track athlete and the intensity that comes with it, to trying to navigate being able to actually start to live life a little, trying to navigate attempting to keep my grades up, trying to keep the one little piece of basketball I have, the pain, but I was abusing it like you do a drug. I will be in there from 3 to 10. Them 7 hours you could have spent on some of your schoolwork. I don't know, working on the sport they're paying you for. I don't know, you know, something. But I'm spending it in the gym, hooping.
You feel like that time, that them 7 hours in the gym that saved you though?
Yes.
That's all that matters then.
When I say saved me, and then I stayed at Southern another year when I stopped on track. But I was more happier the second year than I was my first year. Now, it wasn't just all kittens and rainbows, but
it was better.
Mentally it was. I got out from under track. You know, what's funny is even this mentally, I was dealing with lying to my mama about, oh, stuff up here is going great. Whole time she told me Coach Stewart had been calling her, telling her I don't plan to give her a scholarship next year. You know, she just let me lie.
They're going along with it.
Yeah.
Mama knows. That's what they say.
Yeah, for sure.
Knows.
I always knows.
She always knows.
But man, that was a mental struggle for me. My first 2 years not playing were a battle. And what's even crazier is I thought my first 2 years out was a battle. When I left Southern, I had to basically start college over at Northeast. Ain't no pain center at Northeast. The only gym is there for the college players.
Players only. If you want to go hoop, you gotta go to
the park. You going to Sunflower. You going over there to the white people park. Yeah. I mean, I'm in college. That's you either going to Sunflower, the black people park, or you going to white people park up there by Dodgers.
And y'all don't take this the wrong way. It's just some North Mississippi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. Because, the white folks can come to the black people park, and the black people can come to the white folk park.
It ain't nothing.
It's one of them, the white people park.
The white people park is more predominantly white, black people.
You know what I mean? That's really how it is. And the quarters of them are run down at the back one, of course. And, the other one got little water park stuff in it and all that. Softball, this is white folk part, but either way it go, that's the only way you hooping, and boom. And trust me, I went. I'm going to Sunflower. I'm going to the white people park. I'm hooping. Wherever I can go, where the runs at. But now I was more conscious about my grade. I had no choice, and even with that, now I'm dealing with mentally not only losing basketball. I'm no longer an athlete. Period. I'm not even an other.
Yeah, you just
nobody.
Okay, let me flip it. So you had the opportunity to at least continue to be an athlete.
For sure.
I didn't.
For sure. Yeah, what is it like? What is that like? Like from going, all athletics being done.
From going from hooping. I dabbled and dabbled in other sports, especially before I came to Blue Mountain. I was nice at football. I just wish I was.
Special what position?
Corner or safety.
Okay, I can see it.
Yeah, speed made up for a lot.
I can see it.
Made up for the height, and I can jump. But going from
not as a block, no shots, but for sure.
I did block the shot. The knee just gave out on me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just But
But
no, I
you know
got
what I'm saying?
you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And you change the rotation.
Yeah. He
sure.
missed the shot.
For sure.
So that's all that matters.
For
Call a
sure.
foul on me on this. But going from, being an athlete to straight to working was, man, that was challenging, especially that first year after high school. I ain't gonna lie, I probably had 4, 5 jobs or something.
Mm.
Dirt cheap. Worked at a worked at a tobacco store up here. Went to selling phones, went to doing this, man, just trying to find what I'm supposed to do.
Like, cause sport, like basketball
It was like
was my identity.
it
was me, and I was it.
And then you going from playing every day just to now I'm working. Now, shit, I can't hoop to the weekend. Tired on, and then still thinking about this bum left knee.
Yeah.
Not want to land on it just because. What if you do it? What if you give out again?
Right.
Stand in third, and life go on, and now I got bills. I got baby on the way. Ball where?
You know what I mean?
But that's just the other side. At least you had the opportunity to expand on your
And I took it for granted.
And like going from, because how I did it, play half my senior year, I torn ACL, moved to the coast probably after we graduated, me and Devon left and moved to the coast.
Mm-hmm.
Went down there, it was cool, but that's 5, 6 hours away from home, and I don't know nobody but one person here.
Mm-hmm.
He been down here already, so he established a relationship. So, and I ain't trying to,
Them ain't my relationship.
them ain't mine, them yours. They cool, don't get me wrong, your folks cool, but them yours.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I'm just leeching off you.
Yeah.
Man, I'm good. Go to and then, all right, boom, come back home, come back to North Mississippi, stay here about 3, 4 months. It wouldn't sit with me. Yada yada yada. We got this, that, and third going on. Get an opportunity, move straight to Indiana, and that was in a way, it was a culture shock.
For sure.
Going up there, I hated it because we from Mississippi. It's hot.
For sure.
We only get cold September to February. Man, you go to Indiana, you wake up, it's -3, -3. And we're from down south.
I feel like your facial hair will be froze.
What? What? And we're from down south. Hey, we see snow, everything shut down. Dollar General gonna be
and Dodgers
in the gas stations. That's it.
The Arab ones only.
Yes. Jetta, man, it was -3.
And they want you to work. It was gonna clock in, didn't it?
They called me out. Shit, man, it's snowing. What you talking about? We working. They said
they that every day.
Who working there?
You, Casper.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, they would have killed when they broke.
She said, "Nah, I can't. Hey,
nah, G,
I can't even drive in this.
I can't drive it. I'm not used to this. Mississippi shut down. Y'all gonna learn a lot about Mississippi coming from Mississippi people on this mother today.
For sure.
Listen, we gonna talk about Mississippi.
It's different,
and I'm gonna let y'all know. People from Mississippi, the only folks that can talk about Mississippi. If you from out of state, you might get hands and feet put on.
My thing is though, for you had to jump up off the porch and go to work, and then, you did any Indiana thing stuff, and you enjoy the basketball, but that wasn't enough to keep you there. You come back home, then we both know when you came back home, then we got the situation where now you got to go into fatherhood, and you know what I'm saying? So now I'm not only got to make money for myself, I got to make money for my kid that's coming, you know what I'm saying? It's in the third. So like within you doing all of that stuff, within your transition though, like at what point did you losing basketball really take its hardest mental toll on you? Like what gap do you remember where it was like you really needed it, missed it, longed for it, couldn't get it, and it really messed up your mental state?
During that time when I found out I was finna be a father. Coming from where we come from, a lot of us don't grow up with a father. So now I have that thought in my head. I gotta provide for him, his mom, bills, just life in general. And I just needed an escape at times, and not being able to have that escape that you got all the negatives.
Right.
But way we was raised, we try to stay away from it. But
correct.
we'll steer down that path every now and then, but that's
Right.
besides the point. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they did.
You know what I'm saying? But dealing with all that and just life in general, bills. I got a son on the way. Situation with his mom at the time, and I'm tired of using that one escape that I use when I want to go back to what I love, and I can't. Get out of work, I'm tired. Get out of work, I gotta do this. I gotta.
And the people you used to hoop with, same thing, same concept.
And they can't. And if I can't run with my guys, I don't want to run. And then after when we get done, we gonna sit there an hour, 2 hours just to chop it up.
Chop it up at the end.
And I can't do that with my guys.
Yeah.
And you want me to come hoop, dealing with what I'm dealing with? You want me to take the 2-3 hours that we about to hoop, and I could have been productive in them 2-3 hours. And I know I got a son on the way. I got this, that, and the third. Just don't be honest with you, man. I ain't touched the ball in going on 2-3 years now.
What?
Not even just went to the park. Just
what?
Ain't dribbled the ball.
What?
2-3 years now.
I can't.
You rewind 5-6 years. You wouldn't catch, man. You couldn't
see me without one. One in the car like it's in the baby seat.
What? But just not having that. That was a dark place for me because I needed that escape.
Yeah.
And it ain't even just about escaping. It's just, man, I miss this. Hearing Dominique yell at me because I ain't doing something right and something I ain't approved. I miss all that. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I miss walking into the gym knowing we finna get beat. Man, it blows me.
And then let me ask you this too, Tay, which yours wasn't as extreme as mine. Yours wasn't as extreme as mine. What mental toll did the physical changes take on you after you stopped playing ball? Which for you, it don't seem super extreme, but the weight gain, getting out of shape and, all that. What mental toll, even physical or the physical and the mental, like how did that affect you? My body changing.
Honestly, like my body, I've been the same size since 7th grade. So.
Right. That's why I said yours was very drastic.
You know what I'm saying? I got a little bit taller since 7th grade.
Right.
Not too much. I knew it took a toll when I. It's crazy because I remember the day. It was like Easton was like probably 6-7 months, and I was down on my 18. I was just messing around and I seen the scale. Mind y'all, I'm 125, 130 at the most. So I got on that scale and seen 252. I mean 152. I said, what? I said, oh no, this ain't. I dreamed for this weight in high school. Yeah. So you tell me I had to stop doing what I love to get this weight? Oh no. Man, just ain't gonna lie, boy, I signed up for Ashley Furniture so quick. I need some exercise in my life. The lifts up, sweat a little bit. And boy, working at Ashley Furniture. Hey, listen, working at Ashley Furniture, boy, I was lost it all. I was down to 135 in 2 months. I gave Ashley 4 more months after that. I was gone. Let me get to where I'm, used to maintaining it. Let me go back to swinging this weed eater. Yeah. On this more, man. But when I seen this skill, they just said 152. Wow. Because that's me I ain't focused on ball. When I started losing, like having a thought like, damn, I want to go hoop, that really messed with my mental too. Because like I said, that was always therapy for me. But the crazy part is, when I tore my ACL, I was at 138, 140. And I feel like my body hadn't adjusted to that weight yet. And I feel like that's why I tore my knee. So like, and then, and that's another thing people don't realize during physical therapy. When you do physical therapy, you do nothing with the sport that you love.
Yeah, it's like off-season training. You're just working on your body.
You don't touch a ball. You do no
touch. If it is a medicine ball. What is a medicine ball? I don't want that.
I want the Blue Mountain. We don't got no medicine ball.
Right. What is that?
I know what it is, but this is not the basketball. This is not the ball that I want.
Right.
Like, and then like, I remember physical therapy. I remember my therapist, he came to me, he was like, and he really flipped that switch for me. He was like, you coming in with this feeling sorry for yourself, moping, mad at the world, blaming everybody. That's not gonna get this work
I
done.
like him. What was he at Crossroads?
Dr. Medius.
Period.
Yeah,
Dr. Medius, for sure.
yeah.
For sure, Dr. Medius. Yeah. He been that guy in North Mississippi.
You alright, boy.
For sure. And athlete I know got injured. You go over there.
You alright?
Yeah, I had to my toe, my knee, all that.
Yeah.
He didn't do.
Even though the way you told me how I tore my knee, I still, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's besides the point. But when he came to me and told
Please
me
let me get that later because I want to know.
because yeah, I'll tell you now. We ain't gotta wait till later, man. Bump all that. We can talk now.
Right.
So I tore, but I'm thinking
right, and we've seen people do get their ACL surgeries and stuff at the end of the season.
Yeah, but I tore mine going into my senior year.
Yeah, so you couldn't wait.
I think I played 3 games of summer ball.
Yeah, you couldn't wait.
I couldn't wait, but I did because I'm thinking I'm not hurt, just a hyperextended.
Right,
I'll be out in a week.
I'll be good.
Coach was like, nah. Coach seen me after a week. He was like, nah, go get checked out. We got checked out. So that man came in there. I'm thinking like, okay, it's just if the worst case scenario, torn MCL, 4 to 6 weeks. Ooh, I can do that.
Right.
I'm gonna be back before school start back.
Yeah.
He come in there. This man sat down. He said, you like to have blowouts? You know me, I'm just what you mean? Like when you have a party, you wanna go all out. You just wanna have a big old shebang, blow it up. I said, yeah. Well, that's what you did to your knee.
He didn't lie to you now.
He didn't. But listen here.
When you said that little stuff, he didn't.
But listen here. You could have told me better than that.
I didn't want to hear and pause that right there.
None of that.
You could come in a little soft.
That's what you did to your knee. And then he started. ACL, hard drop. MCL, hard drop. Lateral meniscus, hard drop. And you got a bone bruise. Can I play? Oh, absolutely not.
Did you ask that, Tay?
Absolutely, yes. Can I play on it? You can. He said, he said you'll be on a cane by the time you're 32. When I told you them kids got to follow, that fist got tight. I looked at my mom. He said, one more word, I'm punch him in his mouth. And just hearing all what went on, man, that talking about mental hole, folks waiting on you hand and foot. Mom, I gotta use the bathroom. Everything. I can't get out the bed. I can't go for a walk. I'm just sitting in the bed like this, leg propped up on that pillow. I remember. Just like that. Man. You take the pain medicine, you finna be asleep
all day.
6-7 hours. Then taking it hurt after day 3.
Cause at this point I'd rather be alert. I'd rather be
alert, bro. You got me froggy. Like, bro, I can't do nothing. Only time I wake up because I gotta use the bathroom. Just dealing with all it.
And of course that's some of the weight gain when you got back off from sitting there.
You sitting there eating, watching
TV. And then even if you're not eating a lot or overeating, you're not doing anything. Just laying there.
Then they give you that thing where you don't use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Talking about mental hell. I was like, this ain't it. But how my mind said, we raised off that, figure it out. With the injury I had, you don't supposed to start therapy till, I think they said like a week and a half. After when I decided I want to take them pain medicine, come on, load me up. First day of therapy, another mental challenge. Cause now you've been in a cast, but your knee kind of like this. Now they want you to straighten it out. But I've been sitting like this for 4 freaking days. Straighten it out. I can't, dude. I'm trying. This is as far as it's going. That man grabbed my leg, put it down, went like that. Jed, I seen life in prison.
I know.
I seen life in prison. Jed, I promise you, I would be time for that. What you in for? And pressed my knee down, I wasn't ready for it. What you do? I grabbed everything that was in sight.
Everything.
When he went like this, Jed, I was like this. Ready. My mom called me. If my mom wouldn't call me, I probably would have put you in a coma. It was so much anger and depression, and it'd be a super saiyan. Thank God for my mom. You know what? Shout out to my mom. Cause if she wouldn't did that, I probably be there right now.
What in that moment? Let's try and go back. You said it wasn't just impressing your knee. Impressing your knee was what broke the camel's back. But what flooded you to the point of feeling like you would have took everything out on him, not just what he did in that moment. Like, what were you feeling to the point where you was like, you finna get all of this?
Can't hoop. The way the message was delivered, you just pressed on my knee. I'm in pain, but I ain't taking no pain medicine. This is my senior year. I have goals. I have expectations. Not just from everybody outside looking. This is for me. I plan on being county player of the year, 1A player of the year. And I was going to Jackson.
It takes some work for that.
I can't put in the work. And I said I didn't have to win Jackson. I just gotta get down there. And I got my dog. This is and it's this or nothing. I'm out. Can't really do for myself. Really waited a month and a half before I had the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So like all that piled up, and then just dealing with life. And that's another thing. I ain't trying to get off topic, but
yeah,
I thought dealing with life at 17 was freaking hard. I thought it was hard. I was like, man, I would get anything to be 17 again.
I ride past the high school sometimes, like, bro, I just want to break in, just not to steal nothing.
I ain't got grab balls.
Go sit at a desk.
Just let me sit on the floor
and hear the bell ring and walk the path I used to take to practice.
That's it.
Go to the gym. Just put some shots like I'm waiting on everybody to come out for practice. That'd be enough for me. Because, my first year when I graduated, we stayed right there by the high school. And I would mob to their practice every day.
Just to get run.
Just to get run. That summer before I left, just to get run. Just to get run. And for me, physically, me leaving basketball hit me. You talking about, you looked on the scale and you said you went from what?
125, 130 to 152.
120 to 130 to 152.
Somewhere in there range.
By the time I graduated high school, I was like late ones, early twos.
What was your playing weight?
Like 180 something, 190 something. Towards my latter years, my senior years. Now my younger years just more like 150. And I used to think I was big. I mean, I was compared to other kids, So compared to other kids, I was like, you're overweight.
Mm-hmm.
And I really take for granted what I look like. You was talking all of that mess.
I'm big.
I'm big.
Big.
We had no idea. And for me, by the time, I graduated, I don't want to say it, but I graduated at 15. So by the time I left, let's go with, I graduated at 15. By the time I got my first degree after messing up at Southern and coming back to Northeast. So a 3 to 4 year span after me not being an athlete at all. I went from late ones, early twos. I don't know when I weighed in at this exact size, but my highest size after playing basketball, what do you think it was?
135, 140.
Don't let me hit you in the face. I said, what do you think my highest weight was? When I stopped playing, I was late ones, early twos. Like when I stopped doing track at Southern, I was like 220-ish, 230.
240, 260, somewhere in there.
For sure. So within that span from leaving Southern,
not playing at all,
and not doing anything at all, you feel like that's where I was at?
Somewhere in there.
The highest weight that I got to after I quit being an athlete was 328 pounds. I never forget the number.
I wanted to do the Kevin Hart.
Dang! And tell you, it's crazy.
Did you feel all of it? Did you feel all of it? Like the whole 320?
Mentally, physically, I had started like going to the ER for a while, several times, about like heart issues, but it was more of mental and emotional stuff plus anxiety and physical. It was just a big mix of stuff.
Just a whole bunch of stuff.
Sending me up there and dealing with, like, I've always been an athlete. I've never looked unathletic, even at a bigger size than all the other kids my whole life. I've always looked like an athlete. When we get off here, I'm going to show you a picture of when I was at my highest.
If I laugh, don't take it personal.
I really won't care because the thing is,
you my dog.
I have battled back.
If I don't joke with you,
yeah, I have battled back, and like I'm so proud of myself because mentally the toll of the physical changes, and then with the physical changes, since I'm so out of shape, where do I start to get back in shape? And then another thing, when we athletes, especially in North Mississippi, we don't learn to eat right. And I don't know nothing about no calories, nothing about no weight watching, nothing about none of that.
We ain't worried about nothing.
In my mind, I was eating the same way I've always ate.
We ain't worried about none of that.
Which it was true, but I'm not working out
Exactly
the way I used to either.
No.
I gotta think, if I was in the pain from 3 to 10, that's 7 hours off top, not including practices that I'm working out.
Facts.
So I can go to McDonald's and get 2 Big Macs, 2 large fries, and a Coke.
Smack them down.
Term. And keep in mind, it's probably my first meal of the day because I've been exercising so much.
I ain't worried about eating.
And when I eat all that, it ain't gonna show tomorrow.
It ain't.
I'm gonna show you a picture of when I was in Southern, my first year, and show you when I was done being an athlete. Took a picture with my kids because it was my first year at Ashland. And they saw the dress. They saw me from my lowest point. Even there, after dealing with losing basketball and stuff, that was one of my lowest points too before I got there. And they saw me at 328 and started to gain a little bit of me back, enough to get where I am now. But a big thing, though, Tay?
What's it?
I went to Ashland at 328. I've lost basketball. I've lost being an athlete. I'm dealing with that mentally. You can see it on me physically. But guess what I got back when I got to Ashland? Basketball. I was coaching basketball.
I'm not playing.
I can practice. I can help the girls. We can work out. When they working out, I can work out with them. I can show them that, yes, this is hard, but if I'm sitting here doing it at 300 pounds, trying to push myself and show you that we can do this, we can do these workouts. These workouts are doable. And if you put your right mindset to it, I'm not making you run for no reason. Let's fight through this together.
And you're not running by yourself. I'm running with you.
Now I'm down, slimming up a little bit, eating better. That was the biggest thing. Learning that I can't eat like I used to. First of all, the way I used to eat wasn't healthy anyway. But I can't eat like that.
It was so good.
Well, yeah. You be talking about me when I was talking about all that healthy stuff. But now that you know,
yeah,
I ain't never going back to 328.
I don't blame you.
You know what I mean?
Because if you do,
right,
I'm going to let you know.
At this point, shoot me because I don't want to go back.
I ain't going to shoot you. But I'm gonna let
you know. At least in the leg. But look. But it's just, bro, after losing basketball, I went through so much. And then, like I said, I got the opportunity to coach at Ashland and get an opportunity to get basketball back in my life in the manner of. And my biggest thing is, most of the time, the girls, I didn't practice with them, I had to coach them. But I did get those moments where I got to. But the biggest thing was, when it came to my basketball experiences, I had keys to an entire gym.
Y'all ain't even gotta be up here.
Man, no, I'd open the flood. Ashland is a basketball town. Open the floodgates.
I need it.
Get the kids. Hey, put on Snapchat. Open gym. We hoop. 40, 50 people in the gym.
Good run.
We hoop.
Good Mississippi run. A lot of trash talking. A lot of good hoops. Might be about 2-3 fights, but we gonna be all right. We still finna hoop. We ain't breaking nothing. Ain't nobody dying. We might argue. Ain't nobody fighting. We gonna argue. We out here hooping. That one thing about Mississippi. We gonna argue. For sure. I'm gonna box. Might at least shove each other a couple times. I gained that back though. You know what I'm saying? I gained that back. And it took me out of a very dark, long stint. Question for you. What did that moment feel like when it took you out of it?
Amazing. And now,
like mentally.
It was a double-edged sword. Mentally,
really?
It picked me up because I got basketball back.
But it also
to the capacity I wanted. But it also tore me up mentally because this is my first year as a head coach officially with a school. It's a lot riding on that. The girls have a lot of potential. We don't got a lot of time to, get it right. So it was a double-edged sword because I get the opportunity to be with basketball again, not as an athlete, as a coach. So now I have to adjust to it's back in my life, but it's in a different way. So having to learn how to basically, because if we got divorced and we remarried and learning how we've changed over the years, to rekindle it.
Another question for you, because I've been wanting to ask you this for a minute. So you recently just transitioned
Oh, Jesus.
to a new school, and the school you just started. How has that transition? Because I know what Ashland mean to you. That's your first. That's your first snow. That's
Yeah.
your them your
For
two
sure.
fingers. What was mentally like? What was it?
Man, I was just wasn't empty Jesus. Oh man. Okay, hold on. Let me get this together. Make sure I don't cry. All right.
No. Listen.
Alright.
We show raw emotions on here. We ain't
Here we
hiding
go.
nothing.
Here we go.
I've been dying to ask you this
Yeah,
question.
here we go. Oh man.
Now, them kids in Ashland impacted you. They made you better. I want to know because, like I told you, I want to get it. I thought about coaching, so I need some pointer. We good. Have your moment. We straight. Well, we gonna get through it. I need to know though.
It's hard. It's hard because you spend 3 years. Again, keep in mind they only have 4 years in high school. You spend 3 years getting to know these kids. So my first year there, throughout my tenure there, I only had 2 senior groups. So most of my kids I stayed with, my whole time there. It's been a very, very, very difficult transition. I've been fighting to not get back to a not as dark place as before, but a dark place again.
You catch yourself going.
I love basketball. Ashland is a basketball school. My kids are basketball kids. And we built relationships through the sport, but outside of the sport.
Yeah. That's a lost art for coaches nowadays.
And at the beginning of the school year, I kid you not, I was in class and some of my babies FaceTime me and I stepped out in the hallway. And I've talked to several of them since I've left. I've been trying to give them space and not text a lot or anything because I in my mind I want to every day.
Yeah.
To make up for not getting to see you, talk to you every day. I wonder every day how their day went. How's practice going? What's everything looking like? All of that. I miss being a coach despite all the negatives that come with it. During the season, you hate getting back to the gym from the away game at 11, 12 o'clock. And that's just back to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
It's not home.
That's not waiting on parents to get there.
When you're coaching, you hate the idea that you spend most of your life with somebody else's kids, not your own family. The only time you get to see them, luckily, since you do high school, is holidays. But if you're trying to win, not even then, because you're in a tournament.
And then on the holidays, if you winning, we call them practice that week.
And I miss having the bond that you build with your players. Like y'all really rock with it. It's a family.
Mm-hmm.
I feel exiled. My family's over here living their life, and I'm exiled all the way to Shannon. And then at Shannon, how that's going, I'm adjusting to just, how when you left basketball and you got just a job, I'm adjusting to having just a job, just teaching. The biggest mental issue I've had so far, when you coach, that becomes your name. So every time anybody affiliated with basketball sees you, it's coach.
Mm-hmm.
Coach. So from working here, the principal used to be a coach. The assistant principal, I know him. He was a coach. Current basketball coach, I've coached against him. Even when I interviewed, good morning, coach. Thank you for coming in. Or when I see him, it's good morning, coach. Or hey, coach, I need this or this, that, and third. But then with students, it's just Miss Rich. It was always coach to them too. Torn between wanting the kids to start calling me that because I ain't never been Miss Rich. Then on top of that, I come in here every day. I can hear the gym. Sometimes if I'm walking down the hall or on the sidewalk, I can hear the horn go off. Shoes on the court, and to live with that being as close as I get. I've never had to build a relationship with a student without using the gym. I don't know how you build relationships sitting in a classroom, learning your ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. I don't know how you do that. I've always built my relationships with my kids through athletics, and that trickled into the classroom. We built our bond not over no ELA or math or science. We built a relationship as people, and then that transitioned to you're more willing to listen to me teach you ELA, math, science, whatever it is. I'm taking this year to learn how to be a teacher so that next year when I get the opportunity to coach again, I'm a double threat here.
Good teacher and coach.
I'm a teacher and a coach now because I've always known how to coach. Even when I went to Ashland, I've always known how to coach. But again, like I told you last time, the numbers that kept pushing, I don't know nothing about that.
And you took this opportunity
To learn that. Because when it comes to my check, that's the part I gotta know. So that's why I came here. To learn to be a teacher. I came here to learn how to teach and take that with me in my future. So I've been struggling with it because now I'm back to a point where I don't have basketball. The most I've been in a gym was to go see some coaches about players. I no longer have access to a gym the way I want. Back the same as when I left Southern. I no longer have the opportunities to hoop. Back like when I left to go to Southern, I no longer have my kids and the relationships I built with the players at Ashland. That's gone. I no longer have. I just come in here. I clock in like a normal teacher, like the others, and I go and I don't even teach the class. I'm in there with the gen ed teacher. So on top of that, I'm not even teaching like I've been doing the past 3 years and in control of my own classroom for the past 3 years. I'm sitting in someone else's room. I'm struggling a lot with it.
Do you feel like you better equipped for it now though? Dealing with it,
Teaching or coaching?
not just how to deal with everything.
Yeah.
Coming from
Yeah.
your situation in Southern, and you feel like that do you appreciate that time now?
I appreciate that. I appreciate my time at Ashland. I appreciate all of it. I appreciate the fact that when I went to Southern, I appreciate the fact that I failed in all that good stuff because in all honesty, had I graduated on time in my 4 years as a normal person and started coaching at high school at 22, I wasn't prepared to do that at 22. Not have it all in the palm of my hands at 22. Then I'm grateful for my time at Ashland because I got to learn that the hard-nosed coaching that we grew up on is outdated.
It ain't the wave.
I got the opportunity to learn, falling butt my head on that it doesn't work. And I got the opportunity to be the head person in charge and again bump my head or have my successes or start to learn what I need to do to be a successful coach because there's no doubt in my mind that I know the X's and O's. There's no doubt in my mind I can teach you the X's and O's. But doubt in my mind that if you learn them, we'll go far. But I've got the opportunity at Ashland to learn the ways that do and don't work as far as getting to that point of them learning and obtaining that knowledge and producing on the floor. And now my stint here, I'm learning how to be a teacher. I'm doing that too. And you never know what you got till it's gone. So I feel like this year that I'm taking to learn about teaching and I'm spending missing it. When I get my next opportunity, I'm going. Like I feel like that's gonna be my time. I've learned how to communicate better. I've learned how to handle myself better. I've learned how to communicate, with the players or parents or admin and stuff. But I've learned to know when to do this, when not, all of that. So the knowledge I feel like I've gained from Southern, even before that with Orman, Southern, even going back to Northeast, Ashland. I'm glad I made it through the mental struggles of it because the lessons that came with it, I needed.
Absolutely.
And that's why I'm trying to stick this year out and fight through because there's something in here
It's a lesson
that I need to get out.
Yep.
It's something that I'm supposed to get from Shannon. And by the end of the year, I hope I know what that is.
You will. You'll figure it out. You're gonna figure it out. That's just a question I wanted to know because like I know you.
Yeah.
I know the relationships that you built and the work that you put in Ashland.
Yeah.
And I know that was a challenging transition. And I just wanted to, we ain't really had a chance to talk about it. It's like I know you. I remember I told you that you used to have you like, "Hey, you gotta come up here. I need you up here to."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just want to know where you was at with that mentally. That's all.
That's what we should wrap it on the soapbox for sure.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
on this soapbox moment, we've talked about life after basketball and finding your identity or attempting to find your identity. And even to wrap up even more, I can't even say I've found my identity fully yet. I'm getting to know myself more than what I knew from the beginning
Absolutely.
of not doing it. And I'm adjusting better.
If you could define yourself right now, what's your identity?
I'm still the same hardworking, resilient, pressure handling person I've always been. Everything I was when I played, I still am. The hardest part has been learning how to use those things, those skills that I've always had somewhere else, and being open to the fact that I can learn other skills from other things outside of basketball. That's my biggest takeaway, is that I never lost myself. I lost something that I loved, but I never lost who it made me. And with who it made me, I've been able to keep it with me in the fact that the person that has created can go out here into the real world without the basketball in her hand
And still get it done.
and still get it done.
Yes.
So yeah, short story, ain't lost my identity. Just learning how to make my identity fit
Into my life.
into this.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. You know, like I said, we spoke on those changes, whether it's physical and how those changes affect us mentally, and that it's hard. It's hard, and for us to be discussing it again, not to speak on our age, but for us to have graduated high school when we did.
I'm coming up on my 10-year anniversary.
Right, mine is this year.
Yeah, my next year.
Right. So for us to graduate where we did and still be struggling mentally, still be spilling tears or almost spilling tears or struggling this hard to have this conversation with this much time that has passed, that just shows you how hard it is to live after the fact.
Miss it every day. Yeah.
So I can't imagine what it's like for everybody else that lose it. You know, and I'm hoping that through this conversation that some people can identify with us.
Yeah.
And know that they don't struggle alone with that.
Don't.
And maybe, maybe we said some things to help them push through anything.
But at the end of the day, man, you got to keep going. We only lose when we give up. Like, for real. The day that you give up, that's when you lose. No matter, just because I know how we was wired. Figure it out. It's always sunlight on the other side, even when you don't see that sunlight. Trust me, it's over there. Keep going. Don't cave into the pressure of, I ain't gonna figure it out, or feeling sorry for yourself. Feeling sorry for yourself ain't gonna do nothing but put you in a bigger hole. Like we spoke on last episode, the buffalo and the cow. Just run through it. It's scary. It's scary. You don't know what's going on, but eventually that storm has to end. It's not gonna last forever. And when you keep that mindset, you're gonna be all right. My mindset is, even through the losses, man, it's a win in here somewhere. You just have to sit back
somewhere,
recognize what that win is, and like,
and go with it.
The win is that you got through it. That's a win off rip.
Off top.
It took you a minute,
but you got
so what? You got through it. That's a W. Because next time another storm might come, but it might be similar to the one you just had. The storm get heavier. Guess what? Put your jacket on. Go walking through them up. You good. It's all right. Find you a good team, good people that you can talk to, relate with you.
Great support system.
I feel like a support system has died in our community.
For sure.
I feel like that has died. And to my support system, you included in that. Man, I love y'all.
For sure.
Appreciate y'all. I promise you I do. I don't take none of y'all for granted. Y'all know who y'all are. I ain't gonna say no names. I love y'all. Having a great support system is vital, is key, because people say, "Oh man, I'll walk through this life alone." Man, it's gonna be miserable. It's gonna be lonely. It's gonna be frightening. Sometimes I don't have the answer. I don't. So I need these avenues that I can lean on, even if it's just what we're doing now. This is therapy. man, just find you some people that love you, that truly love you, that truly want to be there for you.
Yeah,
Cut all the goofies and the clowns
for
out,
sure.
and man, just rock with your foes. Stay loyal, stay solid,
For
stay
sure.
down, and man, just keep going.
For sure.
As the late one of my favorite rappers, the late great Nip said,
For sure.
the marathon continues.
And we want to say thank you for joining us on this episode. If you've been rocking as you rock, we hope this helps you with any mental health struggles that you have and when it pertains to your life, during, before, after, any part of your life that includes this beautiful sport. We hope it helps you in many, many ways. So again, thank you for joining us on Hoops and Headspace, the podcast where mental health and sports connect. I'm your host, Jada Rich.
I'm your co-host, Taste.
For sure.